Hello everyone, my name is Cheryl and I hope you are happy and healthy today. The project we're going to be doing today is an ongoing one from the previous project that we did on metal embossing. If you remember, we did some very pretty metal embossing with paint, and if you don't remember this project, you can always look back on the various videos. So today we're going to just do an easy form of encaustic painting. Now there's obviously a much more complicated way of doing encaustic painting, but for the little ones who are just looking for something to do at home, this is a great idea. So what you'll need for this project is either a hot tray if mom has got something like that, a hair dryer if you don't have something like that, or a hot gun, a box of crayons, some crayons that have been used on a grater and grated up into little pieces, and you can always put those onto the hot tray as well if you prefer, but I would suggest that you use something like metal so that it doesn't burn. These are plastic containers. So I'm going to show you how to paint with encaustic in the form of encaustic painting. What you'll need is something to hold your base down, because obviously your hot tray is quite hot. It just doesn't need to be on the highest setting, just the lowest setting is fine. And you need some paint brushes, as I said. So what we're going to do today is, I think what we'll do is we'll paint the little dog, and I'll show you how to do that. And then in the next video we'll show you how to do it on canvas. Okay, so let's go ahead. There are two ways that you can do encaustic painting in this way. You can use just your crayon as is, or you can shave it, as I mentioned. So this is the easiest way of doing it. If you're wanting to just use your actual crayon to mark on it, you'll notice that it's slowly melting in the areas that are recessed. And if you don't like doing this process, there is another way you could also do it, and that's by dropping wax onto your project. So I'm just going to give a little bit of a background here for the little dog, just to get a basic coloring, and then I'm going to blend some colors and then do a background so that it's easier for you to see what we're doing. Alright, so I'd like this little dog to have some color. I don't just want him to have a dark brown color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a little bit of white and give him a white chest. And once again, just hold your paper, let it start melting, and then you can always mix in a little white chest. Now in this case, you want to try and make sure that your coloring stays the same so that you don't go over it too much. I'm going to give him little white feet as well. And the same with the other little foot. And I'm going to do little white edges on the edge of his ears, just to give him a little bit of extra color here and there. You notice it's melting nicely. You don't want to go outside the lines. Okay, now I'm going to give him some little lips, and I think I'm going to make his little lips a bright pink. How's that? There we go. And I'll make his little nose a pale pink. Okay, then I'm going to move across to his eyebrows, and I'm going to make his eyebrows black. So let's move across to that. Give his eyebrows a little bit of black and a little dot for his eye. Okay, now let's do the outside. This is a little pen and a little stand that he's standing on. So if you want to just quickly do that with another color, we can, and then I'll show you how to mix and blend the rest of the colors with the shaved pieces. So I'm going to do that in orange. Put a nice base down and put that in orange as well. And just across there, so it looks like he's sitting on something. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of green, and this is the shaved green that I told you about, and we're just going to spread it with a paintbrush all over the base of the picture where you have not got your little dog in any of those areas. And once again, just let it melt and smooth it across with your paintbrush. So you see there's two ways of doing this. And then just spread it so that it's all in the grooves and it takes up the formation of the background. Let's add some more. Now with real encaustic painting, obviously this is a totally different technique, and that's what I'll show you to do later. But this gives you a basic idea of how you can blend your wax onto either a metal base or a piece of wood or onto canvas. Now you can put as much of your wax on if you like, or as little, depending on how you would like your picture to look. Keep that down so it's nice and solid. Do not put your fingers on this metal because it's really hot. Alright, and we're getting a nice idea here of how we would like our grass to look. We can add all sorts of other colors if we like, but I'm just giving you a basic idea of how to do encaustic painting. Now, you can take this off your base, let it dry, and you should get a nice sort of finish like this, a nice dry finish. But I'm just going to go ahead and do the little clown while we're at it because we have a few minutes left. And I'm going to do a drop method with this. So I'm going to do a little bit of green on the base and we're going to blend it. We're not going to worry too much about lines. So in this particular case, we're going to blend lots of different colors so you can see how you can do this. Okay. Now we're going to do his collar in another color. Just going to hold that down, spread the green. And I'll do the top area in a blue. Change your paintbrush so that you don't mix your colors. Put a bit of blue down. Give it a chance to melt before you start mixing it. Alright, you notice I'm adding red now to his little collar. And then I will add a nice flesh color for his face and a different color for his hat. And you can blend these colors nicely if you want to. You can add and blend as you like. As you can see there, you can add more colors. But it's entirely up to you as to how you would like to do your picture. I'm going to make his little lips a little red color as well. Okay, and then I can use a ordinary flesh color for his face. And then we can add some coloring over his eyes. You could have made a white face as well for a clown if you prefer doing that. Okay, give him some color in his face, and then we can go across and do his cap. And I'm going to do his cap in a nice brown, orange possibly. So let's drop some orange on the cap. And we're going to use another paintbrush for that. Spread it, let it melt. Okay, so once you're happy with your picture, add your eyes, add your nose, and add any other colors that you would like. And I hope you enjoy this. In our next project, I'm going to show you how to actually do encaustic painting on canvas. So if you like this project, please get your mom to help you, because obviously you are working with heat. But these actually turn out very nice, and it has that beautiful waxy finish, and you don't have to worry about acrylic paint. So if you have crayons and you want to paint with crayons, that's the way to go. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.